Well, unfortunately the day's not starting off too well. It's Monday, July the 10th, I believe. And yeah, dead battery. Tried to charge it overnight. It's still only getting up to 10 volts, so I'm not sure how old this battery is. I know I probably don't or can't find the paperwork on it, so anyway, I'll go back to Canadian Tire and see what they say. Well, that doesn't really normally go that easy for me, but I managed to get a warranty replacement battery for free, so that's a good thing. One crummy thing though is, and I guess I can't complain, but this has got a 4-year warranty on it. The battery I bought in June of last year. So even though they give you a replacement battery, they still only warranty it for the remainder of the original warranty period. So I don't know if that's right or wrong. Anyway, we're going to stick it in the truck, fire her up. Alright guys, the block and the flywheel's on his way up to the machine shop this morning. I'm just going to grab the pistons, and I got to grab the main bearings from the main bearing caps from number 1 and 4. I guess they use that to locate the block when they're doing the boring, so we got to go through the trailer and find those, pack them, and then head up to the machine shop. Alright guys, Monday afternoon, just about 4 p.m. and looks like it's going to rain again today. It's just sort of starting to spit out there, so no surprise there. I think it's calling for thunder showers in the afternoon for the rest of the week pretty much, but that's okay as long as it's nice for the weekend. Anyway, happy to report that the block made it up to the machine shop today, along with the flywheel that I'm going to have resurfaced. So the guy mentioned that I should have it back within the next day or two, which is a little bit surprising because I figured it'd take probably 3 to 4 weeks. But he says he likes to get the little jobs in and out the door, so that's okay by me. The only thing is that I've got to order a few more parts now more quickly than I had anticipated, so I'll have to get on ordering the few remaining parts that I need for that engine rebuild probably later on this week. So in the meantime, we're going to take a step backwards a little bit on the 250 project, and we're going to do something I didn't necessarily want to do, but I think it's required that I actually go ahead and do it because I can't live with this, and that's this sill fitment. I knew it was an issue when I bought the car. You can actually see, if you look down the sill, you can actually see how wide it is in the front and how narrow it is in the back. It's also got a twist in it here, which is a problem, and it's affecting my fender fit as well on the front and the rear. And as you can see, they've actually even gone so far as to even throw an extra sheet metal screw or something in here to try and hold the rear of the fiberglass fenders in that were on it. As I mentioned in my last video, Ellen and I, we fit the rear and front fenders, just trial fit them to see how bad it would be with this existing sill, and it's pretty bad. There's really no chance in hell that those fenders are going to fit any good, anyway, up to my standards, which are actually not that high, but it's not something that I'm willing to or want to live with, so I'm definitely going to go to the effort to fix that. I already do have the sills purchased. I just wasn't sure that I actually wanted to go to the effort of changing them out if I could do something else to fix this, but I think it's becoming pretty evident that I go ahead and just pull them and do it properly, as opposed to trying to cut and weld shut kind of thing. But like I said, I think we'll do the right thing, and although it's a lot of work and it is going to be going backwards on this project, I think the best thing to do is to remove the outer sills and put the new ones in. Not saying that the new ones are going to fit any better right off the bat, but I think I've got a better chance at starting fresh and checking the door and fender fitment as we go along to make sure that we have a good fit before they're actually welded in. Whoever did this job on this car previously should be shot, because there's no way that these sills should have been put on this way, especially how badly the front and rear fenders fit. But I guess some customers are not as picky as others, and this guy just wanted the car back on the road and wanted to drive it. But again, we're I guess a little more picky than that, so we're going to make it right. So without further ado, I think the first thing for me to do is to get the doors off. Once I get the doors off, I am going to build some bracing across the inners of the body tub. we want to be able to build a structure so that I can still get the doors on and off for fit checks, so it's not something that can interfere with the addition of the doors at any given time, because they're going to be on and off probably 100 times checking the fit of the sill and the fenders. So like I said, the structure's got to be sort of internal so as not to block the aperture of the door from fitting in. So like I said, we're going to take the doors off and then we'll figure out what we're going to do as far as building a brace for this body tub. Alright guys, the driver's side door is off along with the check strap. That's that thing that makes an annoying click when you open the doors on a TR6, or it's more of a loud snap or a bang. So easily identifiable on a TR6 door, that's for sure. Anyway, you can see we've got some rust down here, which we knew about, but it's going to give us the ability to fix this as well. And we knew we had a bottom perforation at the bottom of the A-post, so we can take a look at that as well. So we're going to work on one side at a time. So driver's side will be first. So I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to create a brace for that door, but I think in the meantime, before I do anything as far as taking the sill out, I'm just going to do a little bit of discovery work and do some cleanup and a little bit of grinding along the bottoms here to find the welds, and see what our plan of action is going to be for replacing this sill. So just some investigation at this point. No cutting. Alright guys, maybe just a quick look at the panel in question that we're trying to replace. So this is it. And it fits. I don't know if we're going to be able to show you this or not, but it fits the length basically from the back here all the way to the front. So I may have to undo a little bit of Ellen's welding on that flange piece at the front, but we'll see. But anyway, let me just put this back up here. Hope that doesn't fall on my head. So basically what is happening here is there's a cut line here, and there's a cut line around here. So this is the A post, obviously, the bottom of the A post, and then the bottom of the B post where that cut line is. So what happens is this is all welded all the way along across the top here, all the way along the bottom, so all that seam has to be split. It also has to split here, so this is basically a foot that sits on top of the sill. This is the other foot that sits on top of the sill. It's all welded along the front here versus this side stiffener panel, and then it's got some end caps on it as well that I have inside. So lots of areas that we have to be careful of. This obviously attaches to the inner sill here. It obviously attaches to the bottom of the floor on the underside, so we're going to have to be careful that we don't damage some other panels in the process. So I thought I'd just give you a quick look of how extensive this patch is, and like I said, we're going to be really, really careful in getting this all apart. Anyway, that's it for now. Just want to give you a quick look at that and the repair panel. Alright guys, we've just stripped away some of the paint and Bondo from the areas so we can have a better look, and you can see the cut lines here and the cut lines here that have been welded across. So again, so the B post stops here, the A post stops here, the rest is the outer sill. Now, a little bit of audio archaeology, let's call it. I can tell what they did here based on this here. So I guess the person that was installing these sills never bothered to check the fender fitment. So he must have had a big shock when he put the front fenders on and they stuck out way too far. So what this person has done, whoever did this in the past, they've actually just cut this sill and they've just pounded it in basically to try to give the fender some more clearance to fall in, to push in towards the body tub more. So that's what they've done here, is they just made this big slice in here and just pounded the bottom in. So I can see what somebody's done there in that area, so we're going to fix that for sure. You can see the bottom of the A-post is rusted out. It's a very flimsy piece of metal they've put in here as well. So we're going to correct that while we're there. You can see it's kind of a shitty patch as usual as per this car. So we'll fix this bottom of this A-post as we go along as well. So that's it for now. We're getting probably pretty close to wanting to get the body tub brace, because we're going to start wanting to start separating flanges and start cutting stuff apart. So we'll figure out what we're going to do for bracing. Alright guys, here's what we have for the support bar. Just a piece of slotted angle, and just carried a piece across to the pickup for the emergency brake, and we're using the pickup for the soft top securing plates. And in the front here we just drilled a hole in the B-post that we can weld shut later on. There's actually a good little plate between about halfway up the B-post that you can actually drill and just throw a bolt through there with a nut, so that seems to work pretty good. It's nice and solid anyway, it's not going to go anywhere. So we're happy with that, so we'll now proceed to taking out the outer sill. I'm quite happy with my new LED light. I've just got one of them unboxed at the moment. I had it out last night and it was great in the garage, so it makes a huge difference on what you're working on. So if you can see the difference. A big difference, and I'm happy about those. It was a good buy. So on to drilling out spot welds. First thing we're going to do is, I can see the spot welds across the top here, so we're going to drill as many spot welds out we can and try to break that top flange piece. That's the first start. Alright guys, just wanted to take a quick shot so you can see what I'm doing. So all I'm doing is locating those spot welds across the top of this flange. So here's the inner sill and here is the outer sill. So we're just separating that flange between the two, and as mentioned, there's spot welds all the way along, so I'm going one at a time, finding a spot weld, separating it, and then moving on to the next one. So long process, and I'm trying to do as least damage as possible to the inner sill, because obviously I'm going to have to fix all that before I weld back to it. So anyway, we're just going to take our time and do the best we can. Alright guys, we're making some progress. We did break out the cutting wheel. We're going to sort of take it apart in sections as we see fit. But you can see we didn't do too bad of a job on that upper flange. It's still looking pretty good. So here's the inside of the panel. And you can see a fair amount of rust up in there collecting. So we'll get to the bottom of that. I'm sure that's all probably come out of the A-post. Anyway, get a sticker here, so it'll be interesting to see what that says when we get that apart, and I can see that sticker a little more clearly. But anyway, so we're making progress. We're going to now concentrate on detaching this from the bottom part of the floor drop. I have to say, it's much more fun being destructive. So I decided I'm saving what I need to save, pretty much, and I know some areas need to be rebuilt. As mentioned, this A-post has seen better days. But for the most part, everything is coming out anyway, so I've decided to cut most of it out, and then we can work on the flanges independently. Some of it's coming away fairly easily, and some of it's attached more solidly, so we'll take it easy on the ones that are a little more solid, and these ones we should be able to get off fairly easily. So doing a pretty good job so far. The flanges are looking okay, so I don't think we're going to have too many problems putting the new panel back in. That's assuming that it actually fits in this location. Who knows? Maybe the inner sills are put on wrong, maybe the floors are wrong. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. I don't want to think about that right now. Talk to you later. Alright guys, just coming up to 9:25, and I think we're done for tonight. I don't want it to be, grinding out here or banging and beating away out here past 9 o'clock. So anyway, it's looking not too bad. Obviously we need to make some repairs up in the front corner there. Chewed off a little bit more than I wanted, so we'll fix that flange obviously before we proceed. We still have to grind away some of the flange on the front there by that stiffener piece, but you can see that let me see if I can zoom in here. I ground off sort of a center section there, so that's basically what I'm going to do all the way along, is just grind that flat down. So to clean that up. And other than that, we've got to clean up the B post and the A post. There's some excess material on there. Plus we've got to detach it from behind as well. So we still need some work to do on the A and B post, but it's getting there. So that's what it looks like. Definitely looks a lot worse than it did a few hours ago. But anyway, we're going in the right direction now. So we'll get back out here. Won't be tomorrow, unfortunately. We've got a Toronto Triumph Club barbecue tomorrow night, so we're going to go and enjoy ourselves there. Hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow night. And then we'll get back out here Wednesday, and we'll try to clean up the A and B pillars and see if we can do a quick fitment, trial fitment of that new sill that we've got just under there. Anyway, quite a bit of rust came out of the old outer sill, and I think that's primarily from the bottom of the A-post. There's a fair amount of rust up in there, so we've got all that cleaned out now. We'll obviously clean this bottom flange and prime that as well before we stick the new outer sill on. So that's it for now, guys. That's the update for tonight. We'll probably upload this just so you can see where I'm at. And like I said, we'll get out here Wednesday and we'll continue on. Alright guys, thanks for watching.